does a game like this that is really close, do for your program as you're trying to build something here at Ole Miss?
Well, fortunately or unfortunately, whichever way you look at it, this isn't our first rodeo with first games. We've been up here a lot in the first 7 games of the season, and maybe that paid some dividends. We've been in a lot of one-possession games, a lot of last 4 minutes of the game. So, you're not going to win them all, but what you can do is not lose. And, you either win the game or you run out of time. And just trying to get these guys to understand. And today we did that. I would feel the same way if the last play doesn't go our way today. I thought we competed against, in my opinion, one of the most talented teams in college basketball. We'll see if my prediction's right. I'm pretty confident about it. Memphis is good. I thought we competed. We took some punches. We threw some punches, and we give ourselves a chance to win a close game down the stretch. And that's what the story of our season will be, as every other team in the SEC. You got to learn how to win close games, and it's early. We got a long ways to go. We just got to validate this with the next time we play.
You mentioned that their best offense in the first half was coming off your turnovers. What did you guys do in the half court defensively, you think, especially as the game wore on, to really slow them down?
Yeah, tonight was I'm not too happy about giving up 70-something points, but our three-point defense was elite tonight, and that's a big weapon for Memphis. And fortune always plays into this a little bit. Did they miss some open shots? Yes, they did, but so did we. But I think we contested shots, we rotated, and we had the right guys shooting some of them on different possessions from our perspective. But not a lot of things are popping out on my head about our defense tonight until I watch the film. But I do think we had an emphasis of guarding the three-point line tonight, and I thought that was necessary to beat Memphis.
Chris, y'all were down 11, about 18 minutes to go. Allen had 3 fouls. How critical was that 8-9 minute juncture where he didn't play, and you guys not only stayed in it but chipped away at the lead?
Yeah, team basketball. Got a lot of confidence in all of our players, and we put 5 guys out there in Ole Miss jerseys. Expectations don't change, so I have to go back and look at Al's fouls. Thought a couple of them were just kind of tough, aggressive plays in basketball, and I'm sure a couple of them were discipline related. But it was good to see the team play in different combinations tonight, not just Al, the minutes where he wasn't playing, but also Musa. Musa impacted the game tonight, and he's just going to keep getting better and better and better as we get him, in the full-time flow of the game. But I thought he did exactly what was expected of him tonight. He impacted the game, in the role that he had, and he's just going to keep getting better and better and better.
Back when you were recruiting Juju in the portal, what was the biggest thing that stood out to you about him?
Yeah, I think if you look at our teams the last few years, we've had some really good players from the portal, and I think a big part of it is evaluation. We all think of recruiting. You look at the 4 stars, the 5 stars, the internet, y'all's articles and stuff, but there's also like basketball to be played. So what we try to do a really good job of in the portal, and not me, we got one of the best staffs in college basketball, is we still believe in evaluation. And so I think with Juju, I was really impressed when I started watching him play, and watched him play for several days, just game after game after game, and just convinced that he could be a really good player in the SEC. And we'll see. It's early season, guys. We'll see, but I do have confidence in Juju's talent, and I'm starting to trust him more as the season goes on. But he's a talented player. He played on a really good team. I mean, he played in the Elite Eight as a freshman on an NCAA tournament championship team. So, and he's from a neighborhood that's known for toughness. And I don't know, he's somebody I believe in. We recruited him and felt like we got the right guy.
You got to look at the film, but just initial reaction of how you felt Musa played and the difference he made when he was on the court those 15 minutes.
Yeah, I thought his energy was as expected, one of the hardest playing guys in college basketball. His ball screen defense made us better. He impacted plays at the rim. It's just really impressive, guys, what he did. To not play for this long, hasn't been full speed in practice some during this segment. And so very, very impressive what he did. You got to be like an elite athlete and kind of an elite person to jump up in that kind of game right there and impact the game in a positive way he did.
It's been a long road for him with, waiting for kind of the eligibility for this year. So obviously checking in that first time, I noticed that he, forced the shot clock violation. You got kind of pretty animated right afterwards with him, made sure to give him a high five. I guess just watching him going through all that process, you say, what was it like to kind of see him get back out there and contribute in a big way, knowing all that he went through?
Yeah, it was awesome for everybody in the organization. For me personally, I'm in that office early in the morning, late at night. I know what Musa does. I know what Musa does with his 24 hours. And so, Musa's one of those guys that deserves success. There's a relationship in basketball, what you put in, what you get out. Doesn't always happen immediately, but if you keep knocking on the door, there's an absolute direct relationship between how hard you work and what the results will be. And Musa's worked extremely hard. So for me personally, it was great to see him back out there. I know how important this team is to him, and I know how important it is to him, to play college basketball.
Chris, you mentioned evaluating Juju. I guess, how does what you've gotten from him so far, played off 40 minutes tonight, 22 points, how does what you've gotten from him so far stack up with what you thought you were getting when you evaluated him?
Yeah, I have high expectations for all the players that we recruit and coach and work with, and so, I'm not easy to please, but I think that's the biggest gift you can give somebody is, hey, I believe in you, but I have really high expectations for you, and so I think Juju could get a lot better. I'm not, breaking a secret code here. I think Juju's just defense has to get better in terms of just intensity and impacting the game, and but he played great tonight. I'm not going to take that from him. To have 9 assists and 1 turnover in a big time game, big boy game this afternoon in Oxford, it was impressive. I have to go back and watch the film, but I know he misses the layup, and nobody wants to miss a layup. It's just basketball, 1 out of 500 times type percentage still, and but I didn't think there was any panic. I loved how he just fought back and went and made the next play, and we call that have an answer in our program. And that's exactly what he did. So that was great to see. That'll be one of the things we show our team tomorrow. Here's the adversity, and then here's how we responded.
We'll take one more question.
What do you think of Musa's response after Dandridge dunked on him in the first half?
I don't know if he dunked on him. It's part of basketball. When you're a fearless player like Musa, you're not fearing anything. So those basketball plays happen from time to time. Nothing taken away from Dandridge. Penny's got 2 really good bigs and a lot of really good swing players. But I don't. From where I was sitting, I don't think he got dunked on. Musa's one of those guys he's going to try to make the play. He's going to be in the fight. And sometimes when you're in the fight, you're going to get punched. You're going to win a fight, you got to throw punches. And when you throw punches, you open yourself up from time to time to be punched. But I thought Musa played great tonight. Most important, just mentally was with us and helped us win a game that we really wanted to win. So thank you, guys.